guys, welcome back to Brothers Outdoors, and welcome to another episode of our complete guide on how to get started fur trapping. In this video, as you can see by the title, we're going to be talking about avoidances and refusals, misses, whole 9 yards, and I think that's what gets a lot of trappers really frustrated, is when animals start avoiding their sets, walking past them, digging them out from the back, or just totally leaving the area when they put sets in the ground. So I hope this video is going to help you. I'm going to tell you what's been working for me and what some of the causes and symptoms are. So, I think one of the main things is a lot of trappers like to leave a big open dirt pattern, and I'm telling you, do not do that. You can get away with that on fox. Coyotes will not tolerate that. You'll catch a few like that, but if you want to catch any numbers, you do not want to do that. Most animals like to avoid, if there's a big open pattern, you got it looks like a lot of fresh dirt right here, and it's dry right here, you're going to have a lot of them that are just kind of want to walk past that or step around it. So definitely duff make sure your trap pattern is level, and duff the set in. That will look just like the surrounding area. To get yourself a little whisk broom, just scrape a little dirt from the surrounding area over the top of your trap. Make sure it looks totally natural, just like the rest of the ground does, as much as possible. And another thing is, a lot of everybody says make your pan, put a low spot over your pan. And I was talking to Barry Goe, the owner of Goe Trapping LLC, and he is an exceptional trapper. And he told me that everybody was telling him that, and he started doing it. He wasn't catching anything. But he found out that what most trappers want to do, they want to put a low spot over most of their trap and not just over the pan. He said as soon as he started putting it just over the pan, like he'll just take his hand like this, put it right over the pan, and fill the dirt in around it, and just leave an indentation only over the pan, he started catching a lot of animals. He said for some reason when he put a low spot over most of his trap, the animal started avoiding him. So that's one thing to keep in mind, which I thought was very interesting. I never thought of that before. And I used to always do the exact same thing, put a low spot over the better part of my trap. And as soon as I started putting a level spot, totally level, with stepping guides, I started having a lot of luck. But I'm definitely going to be trying this season, what he said, is just putting a low spot only over the pan. So just something to keep in mind. I thought that was very interesting, and I'll hope it'll help you guys out on your line. So, another thing is too high backing. That's one of the things Mark June really stressed, is how high your backing is. That will make the higher the backing, it'll make your animals want to stand further back. And I think what a lot of people do is, especially I've seen with guys that like to have a big open trap pattern, don't blend in or anything, they want to use the bigger backing because the animals want to avoid that open dirt pattern. They want to come in from the back and dig it. So make sure you have your sets duffed in, and then cut that backing down, because when you have a real high backing, they want to stand back further. Mark June recommend definitely nothing over 5 inches tall, ever. I like, if I have just a little rise on the ground or something like this, just this, I don't know how well you can see this in the camera, just a little bit of a rise, I've had lots of luck just using that. I've never had any problem with them coming around to the back and digging, as long as I had my set good and duffed in. So keep your backing low, keep it natural, don't be bringing a bunch of stuff in, and if you do bring something in, make sure it's something natural to the area, because you put a novel object out there, especially coyotes, so that you may eventually catch something, but you're not going to be getting very many first night catches doing that. They're going to avoid that for a while until they warm up to it, and it may be a few weeks before they feel comfortable enough to come in and work that set. So make sure it's something small and natural. Another thing is, don't, if you're checking your traps on foot, don't walk straight to each set, right after each set every day, because believe it or not, the animals will start noticing that, and they'll start avoiding your traps. They don't want to come into that. It's too suspicious. So if you're on foot, try to check it from a distance. Don't walk up to it every day. I mean, you're going to have to walk up to it. You know, I usually try to walk up to mine if I'm on foot, you know, once a week to make sure, you know, nothing's snapped it or something's gone wrong with the set and I need to fix something up. So, check it with a pair of binoculars or something. Don't walk right up to it unless something looks messed up from a distance. And if you're driving in a truck, you know, especially if you have it set here and don't put some sets here, but you don't have any further on, don't turn around right there because you'll start messing up the area right there. That'll be suspicious. That's something John Graham recommended in an article I read from him. So, you know, most of the time I'm on foot or in a gator, and I'm always making just one big circle, so I don't usually have to worry about that. But that's something to keep in mind as well. Another thing for avoidance is refusals. Sometimes, if you've been in an area too long, you know, especially been trapping hard and heavy in one area for a few weeks or a month at a time, they'll start, you know, knowing some of their buddies are missing, and they'll start avoiding all your smells, all your sets. And what you need to do if that starts happening is just pull up, out for a week or so, come back, reset it. If you don't have another set of farms you can trap, just come back, reset it, put in change up your sets, change up your bait and lure, and you'll be back on top of the coyotes. That's what I did this past season. I came in swinging hard and heavy at the beginning of the season, had a lot of luck, but about the time December rolled around, things were just really slowing down. So beginning of January, I pulled everything up, went back, put it back in, started using the baits and lures I haven't been using so much, changed up my sets, changed up my combos, and I mean, immediately, within just a day or two, I was smacking the coyotes again. So, that's another thing that I found that worked really well for me, that kept me on top of the predators. So I'm trying to think. A few other things that can be causing issues is either they don't like your bait and lure. I mean, that's why I always recommend get a pretty good variety of bait and lure, and by the end of the season, you can tell which is producing good, what's not producing good. You can get rid of the ones that aren't producing as well, and get new ones to try the next season. What I always did, especially before I got sponsored, was at the end of every season, I sold the biggest part of the bait and lure I had, and I'd buy new stuff, collect all the baits and lures I could in between in pre-season, and then they're not smelling the same thing year after year, because I am trapping the exact same land year after year because I don't have a vehicle yet. So that's one thing, especially if you're using a lot of skunky lures or a lot of maybe a certain base of lure, you know, like a lot of bobcat based baits or something one year. Try, you know, getting some other baits going the next season, like beaver base or horse base or something like that, you know, they may start getting wise to that bobcat based bait or that skunky lure or something like that. So I do everything I can to keep the predators on their toes so they can't ever, you know, figure me out. So if you do that, you're gonna stay on top of the predators longer. And you know, there's not a lot of money in trapping, so you don't want to be going out checking a bunch of empty traps every day. So you need to be catching all the animals you can to keep a healthy population and to make it worth your time, you know, to pay for all that expensive equipment. So I think that's all I've got for you today. If you have any more questions, please let me know. And before you leave, I just want to share a little something with you. There's this location, I can see it, you know, on the ridge line from here, that there's an intersection, and like, there's a lot of roads coming in, winding out, and stuff, and I always found a lot of sign there, every season, multiple piles of you know, tracks going everywhere, and I always come in and set that opening day. I mean, as soon as I said it, everything poofed, gone, no new sign. Everything was avoiding it. I mean, I might catch a a rabbit by accident or something. So I talked to Mark June last year, and he said, there's sometimes just locations that are like that. They look real good. They have good sun, and you set it, and they just doesn't hit it for some reason. But I noticed all the previous seasons I set it, I'd always used a real yucky, loud-smelling lure or bait at least one of the sets. So this previous season, I went in, I put in all subtle sets. I made sure everything was ducked in, made them look as natural as possible, got in and out, and I used all mild lures and baits. Fresh baits, milder lures, no skunky, rancid gunk. And guess what? Most of the animals that I caught this previous season came from that location or in the real close vicinity of it, in a road or a trail or a field edge leading to that location. So I know that some of these techniques really have produced for me this past season. I hope they'll produce for you. So before I get done here, I just want to invite you to go join the Mega Trappers giveaway. It was organized by Joe Young, and he started it especially right after trapping got illegalized in New Mexico this year to combat the anti-trapping legislations. In which you have to enter, you have to be a member of the NTA, and I'll put the contact information for Joe Young at the end of this video so you can contact him to learn more about it. But they are giving away literally thousands of dollars worth of equipment. Lots of people came in to help organize it, donated stuff to it. Some of my logbooks are going to be in it, and you get, like I said, you have to be a member of the NTA, and you'll get an extra entry for each other trapping organization you are a member of. So definitely go check it out, learn more about it. I believe the drawing will be, he said, the beginning of September of 2021. Like August 26th or somewhere around in there. They're doing a part, just for kids. I believe it's 18 or under. And they are giving away lots and lots of good equipment, but that's not really what's important. What's important is supporting these trapping organizations that help keep our right to trap. So please go check it out. We're also running a little giveaway on this channel. Help us reach 1,000 subscribers. There'll be a link to it at the end of this video. And please go check it out if you aren't already subscribed. I'd appreciate it if you did. Help us reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers. We're going to be giving away some traps, bait and lure, some equipment, some other cool stuff that I think will help you guys out. And also, if you're a member of the NTA or FTA, you'll get an extra entry in my giveaway as well. So, again, thank you for watching. I hope this video helped you out. If you have any more questions, put them in the comments, and I will get back with you. So, I'll see you next time, and good luck on the line.